So I just got this comment. Your man is so rare. You must be rare too, which is so nice and so kind. But we wanted to respond to this because this is actually our first time ever officially on camera where it wasn't a shot of you bringing me dinner.
Right.
But we wanted to respond to this comment. This shadow is like, I have a square on my face. But not perfect lighting. We're on a road trip right now. But we wanted to respond to this comment because I think so many women feel like a good man is so elusive and rare. And so I wanted to talk to Wayne about if he feels he's rare, and if so, why are you rare? Why are you a rare man? What did you have to do to get to this point where you could be a healthy man, be a man that's in touch with his emotions, be a man that provides safety for me as his woman in all of the ways, and as a result is a healthy divine masculine that is in a healthy relationship? And I know that it's healthy even though it's new, because my nervous system is so regulated, and because I've had relationships where the man was narcissistic, where the man was love bombing, where the man was lying. And your body will always tell you as a woman, the body keeps the score. And my body has been so regulated and felt so safe and calm in this relationship because of these everyday little things that you do for me that I talk about in my videos. So do you feel like you're rare, like without flexing too much?
Right.
Like, what can you say about that and what you did to get to that point?
I don't know if I would look at myself as being a rare guy. I think I'm just a guy who has recognized all his own issues and traumas throughout life and has gone through so much to realize what it is that I need to do to be where I want to be individually to begin with. You know, I've dealt with, different relationships that have helped me grow and recognize what I needed for myself and what I needed to change and become. I wasn't always happy with the person that I was early on in my life either. I think as a guy, you're so often looked at as to be the strong individual, and you can't ever be weak or deal with vulnerabilities and emotions through that you kind of go through the beginning stages of your life thinking that as a guy, and that you have to meet a certain level.
So like not being emotional, not being weak, not showing emotion, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, totally. Like not giving into your emotions, not showing that on the outside, keeping that all inside to yourself and stuff, and not dealing with any of it, especially when you're feeling, vulnerable and such. And then what really turned it for me is going through stage 4 cancer and kind of facing, whether or not I would still be here, in life. And so it really changed my perspective. And then it made me think about how do I want to leave this world, and how do I want every relationship that I've ever had, whether it was a relationship with the kids, a relationship with other family members, or an intimate relationship with a partner, or what it may be, that I wanted to be recognized more for how I cared about people and stuff. And so it really changed my perspective. And then going through all of that, I had decided I need to start living more for me. And I realized that I was kind of in a marriage at that time that wasn't so much just about living for myself. It was more about living for somebody else. And as dealing with a religious background as well, that really affected my marriage and affected myself and what my expectations of what a man was supposed to be. And so it was hard, but I chose myself, and I chose that I needed to get out of a marriage that wasn't right for me and wasn't going to really best improve who I was as a person.
And get out of a religion that was robbing you of your authenticity.
Correct.
So it was like going through cancer helped you realize you wanted to be a better person. It helped you examine your life and your choices, and then you left institution of marriage, a religious institution that demanded you be something other than your full authentic self.
Yeah, very much so, you know, and it was an extremely hard thing to do. You know, I took a job in a different state, you know, I was living in one state and moved out of that state and all by myself, and left my kids behind, left, you know, friends behind and everything, because I knew I needed to do changes to become the person I wanted to be. And the person I wanted to be was a well-rounded individual who lived for him, you know, and I had lived, like I said previously, so long for everybody else, and I forgot about myself within it. And so I had told myself I would never allow myself to be in a situation where I didn't care about me and have self-love for myself, because, you know, I could never give that to somebody in the future if I didn't love myself first, right, and care about me. And so I moved to a different state. I put in all the work and got comfortable with being alone, you know, because for so long, you know, I had been in a 25-year marriage and stuff, and I wasn't alone, didn't have to deal with things, so I had to get comfortable with going out and doing things alone and enjoying it, and then kind of looking deep at myself and seeing what I could have done better in my relationship and my marriage, and how I could have been a better father and, you know, a better friend, whatever it may be. I wanted to bring to this something that was different than I had ever been, because I had told myself in any new relationship that I would be in that I would never lose me. And the great thing about our relationship is that's all you ever expect from me, is my authentic self, and that's all you want. And because you love me with that, it allows me to want to do all the things that I do for you. It allows me to easily do it, and I don't think about doing those things. It just comes naturally. So through the growth and everything, that and time and effort that I put into loving myself, and the work that it takes to recognize your own issues and your own things that you need to overcome, and your traumas and everything that affected you throughout your lifetime, from childhood on through adulthood. And you are the one person that has allowed me in my life to feel that love and that acceptance, and it's not that I'm a rare person, it's just that what I provide to you and what you provide back to me allows that just to come out. It's just natural.
It's like you're able to be a provider and a protector from an authentic place of unconditional, like, genuine love, because you love yourself, because you have done the requisite healing that you just outlined before you met me. You now can show up in the relationship as your authentic self, fully loving yourself, which allows you to give to me from such an authentic, genuine place. There's not ego involved. There's not like tit for tat, transactional type of behavior. There's not pride. There's not all those things that you see in toxic relationships that we've been through in our past, that we see people around us going through. It's like they're not able to fully love each other, and a man is not fully able to love a woman from that divine masculine place if he has not done that healing. So it's like you just showing up, having done your healing, allows you to love me fully and completely from a divine masculine place.
Often society dictates to you as a man what you're supposed to be, right? And so you're not willing to open up and be vulnerable. So a lot of guys, instead of being willing to do the work, they just move on. They go to a new relationship. Right, they go to a new relationship. They're not willing to work hard for something. But, you know, what I feel through the hard work I've done, it's allowed me to know what I want and what I want in a person. And when I found that in you, it just made me realize there's nothing I wouldn't do for you, because it's not that I'm even doing work when I do things for you, you know, whether it's like taking the kids, or whether it's doing chores around the house, or whether it's opening your door every day for you. It's not because I'm thinking about doing it. It just comes naturally because I care about you, and because I love you, and I want to be there to provide that safety for you and that protection, you know. And it's a natural thing that comes out of me because of how you treat me too, and how comfortable and how loving you present back to me, and how you allow me to be that vulnerable person because of the work that I've done and such. And so it makes it such a great union for us. So.